This is Brian Gorn with Motion Media. Brad, can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, thank you everybody for attending our brief webinar here about some of the new industry collections that Autodesk will be coming out with shortly. We wanted to just go over and touch on a few things that our customers are asking about, and you may have questions during this webinar, and feel free to chat them and we will answer all of them at the end or as we go, depending on how time is running. I don't expect this to go much longer than 15 or 20 minutes. It's pretty straightforward, and I'm not going to get too far into licensing specifics about it unless you have a question, because nothing's really that different than the current license scheme, but I will mention a few things. So without further ado, let's get started. Again, this is Brian Gorn with Motion Media. I'm the president of Motion Media. And we also have Brad Helmink, who is one of our director of marketing and account managers here at Motion Media, answering questions. I've been involved with Autodesk software, both selling and using it, for about 20-something years. 3D Studio and Maya since its inception, and a little bit before that, even with AutoCAD and so forth when it first came out. So I've seen all of the variations of licensing, perpetual, maintenance, subscription, any other thing you want to throw at it. I know where it's come from, and I know a little bit about where it's going. So let's just move on from that. I know a lot of people here may already have either maintenance or a subscription license. So we'll get into just a little bit about what that is, just so we're on the same terminology here in the next slide. So the industry collections, these are new collections that Autodesk is coming out with as of August 1st. There's going to be 3 of them. Many of you may have a single, what they call a point product, such as Maya, AutoCAD, Civil 3D, Revit, and so forth. You know, they recently, well, it's been a couple years now, they've come out with these suites that were collections and bundles of their various products, and they had a standard, a premium, and an ultimate version of those suites. What they've done now is they've combined all of that into basically just three separate products. So there will still be options to get point products. So if you just need a Maya or you just need a Revit, you will be able to get that, or a Civil 3D. But there will no longer be Building Design Suite Standard, Premium, Ultimate. There will no longer be Media and Entertainment, Autodesk Entertainment Creation Suite Ultimate, or Maya Creation Suite Standard, and so forth. They've basically taken all of the various software tools that have something in common with either architectural, engineering and construction, media and entertainment, or product design, and put those together in the 3 various packages. So what all of these packages are going to be offered as are subscription-based or term-based licensing, which I think everybody's been beat over the head with many times, that Autodesk is no longer going to be selling perpetual licenses after the end of this month. And so many people on this may have perpetual licenses, and these collections will not be available as a perpetual license. We'll tell you a little bit more about options that you may have going forward further on in the webinar. So what we're going to first do is take a look at the 3 different collections and see what's in them, because I know that's what everybody wants to know. So again, those are the 3 collections that are available. And let's start. Oh, and this slide came a little bit out of place, sorry about that, but there are a few other differences between the suites and collections. For the most part, they are very similar. The main thing you'll see is there's additional cloud services available in the collection, and since a lot of our customers are media and entertainment customers, there is some new cloud services that are going to be available for the media and entertainment that have been available for some of the Revit guys and architectural guys that wasn't available with media and entertainment, and that's changing. But for the most part, when you subscribe to a collection, you'll get shared access to these cloud services, whereas in the past, you had to have named users, and you would have a single named user for this cloud service. But now the cloud service can be shared with multiple people, and you'll have an admin area where you can invite additional users to share in the cloud services for collaboration, for storage, and so forth. So we will go a little bit more into that. But let's go first into what software is included in each of these, and we'll start with the architectural one. What's highlighted in blue is basically the most popular 4 products that were sold in various different suites or standalone that people use that are part of this collection. This stuff is all available at autodesk.com/collections. And you can see here that you've got InfraWorks, Revit, AutoCAD Civil, AutoCAD, and pretty much every flavor of AutoCAD. You've got Revit and all the stuff. So this is essentially Building Design Suite Ultimate plus Civil 3D, and InfraWorks. I don't remember if that was in there or not. And what's going to be nice about this is the entire package, I believe right now, runs on the subscription model about $4,800, I think. And what we're going to see that go down to is $2,690 per year. There's, at this point, no pricing yet for any kind of quarterly rental on it or anything like that. I'm not, the price list that will be coming out for that we'll probably start seeing in a few weeks. But right now we're just talking about annual 2-year and 3-year subscriptions. So if you did purchase these separately, it does show you a little bit about how this breaks down, and this is kind of how it was priced out. It's still priced out as of today, but as of August 1st, you'll be able to purchase this for $2,690 per year. So we will get into what options that you might have as a subscription client currently with Building Design Suite Premium, and that might want to go to this, because your Building Design Suite Premium yearly, frankly, is a little bit more than the $2,690 for the everything package. So there's going to be some options for you as well, and we'll go over that shortly. So the next one we have up here is Media and Entertainment. And this is essentially very similar to the Entertainment Creation Suite Ultimate as you know it now. The main difference that I've noticed is the rendering in A360. This hasn't been available for media and entertainment customers to be able to use the cloud computing to be able to render scenes from their Macs and Maya, but that is now going to be available as part of your media and entertainment collection, industry collection. The price of this will be $2,040. So again, you'll see that this is a substantial decrease in pricing compared to the Ultimate Suite, which is great for those that were paying $2,700 per year for an Ultimate Suite. You can now get the Industry Collection for $2,040 per year. Currently, Maya and 3D Studio Max, the 2 licenses that we sell the most here at Motion Media, next to Building Design, that and Building Design, I suppose, are the other really popular item. But Maya rents or the term license, I shouldn't say rent, is $1,470 per year. So it was almost double that to get into a suite per year. But now you're looking at about $600, just under $600, and you can, instead of getting Maya, you can add Max, Mudbox, Motion Builder, and all of the cloud services mentioned here. Again, you'll be able to do some rendering in the A360. You'll have access to Recap 360 Pro instead of just the basic Recap. I think the storage is the same as it was with the 25 gigs. And then the character generator is already there for subscription customers, whether you're on maintenance or the term license. these are all available to you right now, at least character generator is. So I think that's a pretty awesome price point for everything. And people that had Maya Entertainment Creation Suite Premium, I believe the yearly on that was around $2,300 per year. And the Maya Standard, I think, is around $2,100 a year, if I'm remembering. So these are all of that is going to be a nice option for you to get everything for 2040. Maintenance customers that are currently perpetual will continue being able to renew their perpetual at much less than $2,000 per year if they would like to stay on those maintenance programs, which I imagine most people do. So the last thing we have here is the product design collection, and again, Inventor Pro, AutoCAD, and AutoCAD Electrical are probably the three main biggest sellers individually, and so those are all in the product design collection. Again, you have your rendering in A360 and Recap Pro. I will let you know I'm going to be doing another webinar on the A360 service. It works pretty well. It's a really nice review tool. It has some pretty cool stuff in there, and you basically can bring in projects and share those, review those. There's markup tools to make notes and annotations and so forth. The rendering in it does not use like V-Ray or anything. It's its own ray tracer, cloud-based ray trace engine. But I don't want to get too far off on a tangent on that. I've just been playing around with it over the past couple of weeks myself, more than I had in the past, and so I'm learning a lot more about it, and I'm going to, if anybody wants to talk offline about it, I'd be more than happy to, but it's kind of outside of the scope of what I want to get through today on this. The price for the product design is $2,460 per year, and you can see here some of the, again, some of the purchase separately versus the whole thing. I don't remember off the top of my head what the product design suite currently, Ultimate currently runs, but I'm sure it's well more than $2,400. I imagine it's around $4,000 or $5,000. And the product design suite premium, I believe, was around the same price point. And so now you can get the entire collection for the same price point. So that's pretty nice. So this is, of course, the million-dollar question that I'm sure that most people are on here wanting to find out about. Can you switch, or what are the costs? You know, when is this all going to happen? So right now, what they're going to do is, if you do have the premium or ultimate suite, because I think I made that clear that they're more expensive than the new industry collection that is going to have everything in it. So somebody on an ultimate suite may not want to pay $4,000 when they could be paying $2,600 or whatever to get the industry collection. So you will be able to switch from your premium or ultimate suite for free for the duration of your current subscription term. So if you have 6 months left on your ultimate suite, you will just simply get moved over to the industry collection. I believe you can choose not to do that, but I don't know why anybody wouldn't do that. That's on the subscription term, considering you're probably going to pay more to get less software if you stayed on the one you had. So your option will be to switch for free, and then when it comes time to renew, you would pay the renewal rate at the cost that I just showed on the prior screens. There is an exception, is the AutoCAD Design Suite, which was end of life there towards the, I think, end of January of this year. Those will not, since there's no direct, I don't know the reason why, I'm not Autodesk, but I'm assuming because it was kind of a lower tier suite with just AutoCAD and I think Showcase and a couple of tools around review, that those will not get a free cross grade over to the industry collection. If you have one of your subscription, like you're on yearly Maya or a standard suite or something like that, you will be able to also go over to the industry collection if you decide to. And currently, my understanding is the plan is that you'll basically pay the price difference between what you're currently paying and the industry collection. So if you're paying $14.70 for Maya per year, you want to go to the industry collection. This is a best guess based on numerous slides and FAQs and things that Autodesk has put out, but it looks like it's going to probably be around the price difference. So probably around $600. You can do that if you choose, or you can stay with what you're at. So if you're on a standard suite and the price difference is $100, then that'll probably be the price difference for you to switch over to the industry collection if you choose to. This is all supposedly going to happen in October, where you'll be able to switch from your current subscription terms. So I don't know that on August 2nd, the day after the industry collections come out, that you'll be able to move your stuff over just yet, but shortly after, a couple months from there, you should be able to. The only kind of key one that I know a lot of people are going to ask about, and I don't know that many people that are truly going to want to do this, but there is no option at this point to switch from your perpetual maintenance to an industry collection. And I don't know really who would, because your perpetual license is a perpetual license, so it's not going to time out. Your maintenance, your yearly maintenance on your perpetual license is much less than even the lowered prices of the suites that are the industry collections that I just showed. So if you're paying $625 for Maya, I don't know who's going to volunteer necessarily to go to $2,000 a year for a term-based license. But knowing what I know and what I've seen with Autodesk over the years is I wouldn't put it past them to offer some kind of promotion at some point for people to get a discount on going to industry collection if they want their perpetual license or something like that. I mean, there's always promos that are ongoing through the year, so I wouldn't say that's never going to happen, but at this point there's no option to do that. Okay, I can stop for questions. Brad, do you have any that I should be answering here?
No questions, yeah.
Okay. So previous rights are something that a lot of people rely on with both maintenance and subscription-based products, and with the new industry collections, you will still get access to all of the eligible previous versions of your product. That typically is 3 versions back. So I don't know why I put more details about previous version rights, other than I didn't edit this quite well. But in any of the current suites or maintenance, if you have any of the collection of the products and you needed, a AutoCAD Civil 3D 2015, you can certainly download that from your subscription center and install it and use the serial number and so forth for that. The same with Maya, 3D Studio Max, and everything else that's in the industry collection. You'll be able to use an earlier version. One thing about the Media and Entertainment Media and Entertainment Industry Collection, you'll notice is there is no soft image. That was end of life, and there will be no more versions of that. It was announced a couple years ago. They've still been including it in the latest, in the 2016 release, but going forward there will not be any more soft image. However, so one question that has come up, I know internally, is if you have soft image and you have your Ultimate Entertainment Creation Suite currently, 2016, and then you decided to move to this industry collection, would you be able to get your previous version of soft image still, since it came from that? And my gut feeling is no, although I have not had that verified yet. So probably the answer will be no. However, knowing that Autodesk, they've been pretty good about, at least for our customers, supplying a soft image when needed or something like that, as this transition out of soft image has been happening over the last couple of years. They have made some exceptions. I can't obviously promise that going forward, but you know, that's something to consider between now and October if you were going to go from your Entertainment Creation Suite Ultimate over to the Industry Collection, is whether or not you would still have access to Softimage. Let's see, do I have any more screens here? Oh yeah, here we go. So again, these are the important dates to know. At the end of this month, there will be no more perpetual sales for design and creation suites, or subscriptions for that matter, because it'll all be industry collections. So the perpetual license point products like specific Maya or AutoCAD and all that, and those all ended at the end of January. And then the suites, we can still sell perpetual licenses, and we've been, selling quite a few of them actually as everybody kind of gears up for this last bit until the end of this month. And you can still have perpetual maintenance on all of those. So we have until the end of the month. There are a couple little promos here and there for some of this stuff, but it would be a really good time if you were going to get a subscription right now to look at any premium level subscription, because that'd be the closest in price point to getting moved over to the full one. So Industry Collections available on August 1st. They'll have multi-user and single user. For those who don't know, multi-user is a floating license that uses FlexLM, and a single user is your kind of typical node lock, and it's based on an email address, much like the Adobe Creative Cloud situation is. October 7th is when you will switch subscriptions to the collections, the thing we've just been talking about. Maintenance for perpetual is not switchable, and you can go from a product or a suite to the collection. We don't know the exact costs on that. If it's lower than basically, if you have a suite that costs more than the collection, they're going to give you the price break, and if you have one that was cheaper, then you'll probably pay a small fee to get upgraded. And then for current maintenance customers, there's no change as far as their maintenance plan. You'll be able to continue to renew your suite or your point product. There's no deadline on that as far as end of life or anything. I mean, Autodesk has made that fairly clear that will go on for many years to come, because they are perpetual licenses. So all of that would maintain the same, and if you have an existing subscription you're happy with and you don't want to go to the collection, you can continue to do that as well. So let's see, I think that is it. So it was very short and sweet. I hope everybody got what they needed to hear out of that. Whoops, I didn't mean to actually do that, so I don't know what happened here. So if you do have any other questions, you can call one of our numbers and ask for your salesperson. Typically, it's going to be myself, Brian, Brad Helmink, Susie Lyles, Gina Cashin, or Fernando Aguilera. So those are the main numbers, and you can reach, if you hit 0 at any of them, somebody will pick it up and transfer you to your correct salesperson. Brad, any more questions?
Doesn't look like it. I think you covered everything pretty well.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry I didn't have exact costs yet for some of the Maya or AutoCAD up to the suites, but it's going to be essentially the price difference is my best guess. It's the way Autodesk has always done it. I can't imagine it changing. They've pretty much said the same thing, so can't hold me to it. I didn't make my statement in the front that everything I say could change tomorrow, but but as far as I know, that's kind of the plan of attack. And if nobody has any additional questions, I will say goodbye and thank you for coming.
Thanks, guys.